What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Pot Still Life. I'm Ryan, and we're gonna jump into another Is It Worth the Hunt? And tonight we have got Hancock's President's Reserve Bourbon. Is it worth the hunt? Let's jump into it. All right, guys. So we're back for another Is It Worth the Hunt in the series, and I've got Hancock's President's Reserve right here. So this is one that I know a lot of guys are hunting right now. It's part of the BTAC line. I happened upon this when I was in Total Wine a couple months back. I was picking up a couple other bottles, and one of the managers came by and let me know, hey, they just got their allocation in. It was up by the front register. This is one, guys, that you typically don't see on the shelves. It's kind of the situation like I ran into. It's you're picking up a couple other bottles at a place that you frequent, and the manager, the cashier, hey, I got some bottles behind the counter. I got a bottle up at the register if you want one. They just came in. It sells out quick. When Hancock's Reserve comes in, it's typically gone in a few hours in most places. So a lot of guys are hunting it. It's coming out of Buffalo Trace. It's hitting in at 88.9 proof. It's a single barrel, and it's thought to be coming out of mash bill number 2. It's their higher rye mash bill. It's the same one that Elmer T. Lee and Blanton's is coming from. Realistically, past that, guys, I mean, I looked all over the place on this. I've heard about it for years, but when I started doing a little bit of research into it, there's just not a lot of information on Hancock's Reserve online. Matter of fact, go to BuffaloTraceDistillery.com. They don't even claim it as a brand. You have to look up Hancock's Reserve specifically to find it. Google that and you'll find it. So it's a little bit odd to me that they're Buffalo Trace is even kind of separating, even though they're producing it. It's mash bill number 2 as far as we know. It's the same juice that's going into, Blanton's and Elmer T. Lee and quite a few others that everybody's hunting down. Just very little info on it past the kind of namesake info on it. So I don't know. We'll jump into it. We'll see whether it's worth the hunt or not. MSRP on this is coming in around $50, depending on where you're at. So let's jump into it and see whether it's worth the hunt at $50. I mean, I know if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that some of the things that I've done on Is It Worth the Hunt, most definitely they are. A lot of the really hyped bourbons out there, they're hyped for a good reason. They're phenomenal. Some of the other ones, maybe the hype really isn't, it's not really worth the hype. By the way, guys, if you like what we're doing, if you like the content we're putting out, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out with the algorithm and getting our videos out there to more people. So I really appreciate it. You don't know how much I really would appreciate it. And if you have any ideas, please comment below. We'll definitely be checking those comments, especially for that first 24 hours that the video goes out. And if there's anything you'd like to see me review, get on the channel, I'll definitely try my best to do that. All right, so let's jump into Hancock's President's Reserve. Let's jump in the nose there. So that's a light, sweet. Yes, I'm really digging that kind of tropical fruit note in that. I mean, I'm in the South, guys. I'm in South Carolina. It's the middle of summer. It's hot, it's humid. Now, number one, I drink beer, but it's not my favorite. It's not my go-to. Bourbon whiskey, that's my go-to. And in the summertime, that deep, dark, rich flavor, not necessarily something that I'm aching to grab for, but I can get into something with a little bit of tropical notes. Cheers. That's light. Honey right up front. Mouth feels very light. It's not coating at all, which for a summer bourbon wouldn't be bad. Finishes. It's pretty short. There's no doubt about it. Not much heat to it. I mean, it's an 88.9 proof. It's not even 90 proof. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect for it to have necessarily a long finish. I kind of expected it to be short. Little bit of the fruitiness comes through. Not a whole lot though, to be honest with you. Little spiciness, kind of mid-palate, kind of comes in there. A little oakiness, a little spiciness to it. Finishes. It's relatively short. You know, what's funny is when I was researching for this, I looked at their flavor profiles. They say it has a long finish. I don't know, maybe I'm a little different, maybe I'm weird, I am weird, but it doesn't have a long finish. It's not a bad finish, it's just not a long finish. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, you got that nice light sweetness, honey, little bit of fruitiness coming through, little oakiness, slightest amount of spice. Finish isn't very long, but it's nice. It's well balanced. It's a good bourbon. It's a very good bourbon. Honestly, it's one of the nicer low proof BTAC bourbons that I've had. I like it pretty well. Is it a go-getter at $50? In my opinion, probably not. I like it. It's a good bourbon. I can definitely see this. Summertime, South Carolina, in all honesty, I'm probably going to pull this bottle out more than once this summer and have a little bit of it. It's good. I like it especially for a hot summer afternoon. I could definitely go grab a bottle of this. I wouldn't put an ice cube in it necessarily. It's probably not going to stand up to it, especially not the price. I wouldn't put it in. Bottom line is there's a lot of other bourbons out there. At $50 price point, there are better bourbons out there. If you just want to try something new, you just want to say you've had it, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with it. It's not a bad buy at $50. I just wouldn't seek it out for $50. I think there are other bourbons that are much better at lower price points for it. So I'm going to say not a bad bourbon, but I wouldn't go on the hunt for it. If you run across it, it's you have the opportunity to pick it up and you got the extra funds, grab a bottle. It's a good bourbon. You're not going to be disappointed and you're not going to think you wasted your money. I wouldn't go out hunting for it though, guys. So that's my opinion, one guy's opinion. Tastes are subjective, guys. I know, hey, you may absolutely love it and say, hey, this is something I've got to always keep on my shelf. I'm going to hunt it down all the time. I'm just not that guy. But so till next time, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Please like and subscribe and cheers. Be safe and enjoy.